Kaizer Chiefs have let go of 3 players this transfer window, and we already know about Sile, but we're going to talk about the 2 other players who Kaizer Chiefs have let go and why they let go of those players, because they might have let go of those players because of these players that they were trying to sign on transfer deadline. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pilo, I am your host, and this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Khosi Football Club. Let's start with the report from IFA Post that has confirmed that indeed Mtum Tanzane has left Kaizer Chiefs and is going to be playing for the next 6 months at Richards Bay. And I mean, he was not playing. The guy was not playing at all. He had a problem. He had an injury, and then after he came back from an injury, there were some complications. He had some disciplinary issues, and it was a lot of things. And I will not say that it's because he wasn't given an opportunity, because it would be unfair to say that Nabi did not give players an opportunity, because you have Usbong Salim Teto, who was on his way out of Kaizer Chiefs. He was offered to Imakesi according to some reports, but he said he was not going to leave. That was according to SAPC Sport. Same thing with Tuti Tlokwe, who was on his way out of Kaizer Chiefs, but these guys fought back and they tried to get back to the starting 11, and guess what? They were given an opportunity. So I don't think that anyone can say Mtanzane left Chiefs because he was never given an opportunity, because clearly he did not try to prove himself at training. Thus the coach was not going to give him an opportunity on match day. The other player that I complained about when he was signed and people were like, oh Mpilo, give the player a chance, is Ubonga Nesem. I complained about the guy's injury history, right? I said the guy has problems, injuries, and then he came to Chiefs, he got injured while we were still in Turkey training. Guess what? Now Kaizer Chiefs have sent him out on a loan and they've sent him to Imakesi. And you know what's also worse? It proves my point again. If you can prove and show yourself and show your worth to this coach, he is going to give you opportunities. We have Umashiane, who was was reportedly going to Stellenbosch. Has he gone? No. Instead, he came, one of the games that he played a cross that hit a post, and then it ended up being a goal because Suranga was ready to pounce. Yavuti Tlokwe, as I mentioned earlier, was ready to go out on a loan on Marcus, and he said he wasn't going. Instead, he stayed for his place. He's playing. You have who's made some mistakes this season, but then he's always just willing to continue fighting, and that's the spirit. That's why he's staying in the team. So I think that everyone who leaves Kaizer Chiefs right now, they have to leave, because the coaches must see that these guys are not pulling their weight and they are not doing what we want them to do. It could also be in the case of Mtanzane that they want him to gain match fitness and then come back to Kaizer Chiefs and offer us something. Maybe they want him to go and prove himself and then he can come back to Kaizer Chiefs. But why did they go? Well, that might be because of the players that Kaizer Chiefs were trying to get on transfer deadline. And that is very important, because this video is being recorded at 19:07 on Tuesday the 28th of January. The first player being Uloch. So Uloch, the Chiefs tried to get him, and SAPC Sport reported that actually Sundowns are offering Uloch to North Africans. They are like, nope, we do not want to strengthen the people that we are rivals with, which is strange, right? Because to me it's like, are we really rivals of Sundowns right now? We are not a threat to them, but they are so much. They are cowards. Sundowns are just cowards, right? I will be clear. I do not want Uloch to come to Chiefs, but Sundowns are cowards. Like, I mean, Kaizer Chiefs right now are like so far back behind the Mamelodi Sundowns, but Sundowns were so scared that Uloch might come to Chiefs that they ended up saying, let's offer him to the North African team. And yes, for me, that's a blessing in disguise. I did not want Uloch anyway at Kaizer Chiefs, but this just proves that Sundowns will do anything to try and fight against competition. We heard Rulani say this while he was at Sundowns. Chiefs wanted to sign Terence Mashiro from Cape Town City, but Sundowns swooped in and they signed Terence Mashiro. Has he played any significant amount of time at Mamelodi Sundowns? Of course not, because there was never a plan to utilize him. But Sundowns would rather bench 127,000 players and put them on a bench and put them on the stands to fill their stadiums, because their fans don't go to stadiums anyway, rather than let a player go to an opposition. It's pathetic, and it's completely being unsportsmanlike. They are cowards. And for a team that is this big, they are just showing that they are actually a small team. Supposed to be big, but they are not small. They are not big because, what am I even saying? Yeah, they're a small team. and that is why they can't act like a big team, because big teams will say, okay, you wanna go, we just need fair compensation. But Sundowns are getting even players that they don't need so that they can sabotage competition. Disgusting. Another player that is linked with coming to Kaizer Chiefs was Osuna Police, and apparently Chiefs did offer a fair amount of money to Polokwane City, but Polokwane City were obviously not budging, so he's staying. There were even talks that Police missed the game on Sunday because he refused to play, but his agent came out and said no, he didn't refuse to play, he was actually injured. Lies, and everywhere it's lies. Let's talk about the next player, Gemanje, who was reportedly contacted by Kaizer Chiefs and to address the problem that we have at left back. But before we do that, do make sure to subscribe to the channel, and if you have not, or if you have subscribed to the channel, then just like the video. Thank you very much. If you see that the video has not reached 1,000 likes, like the video until we get there. Nazok. Now let's move on to Mohamed Hussein, who's a left back, 28. He's playing for Simba, and his contract, this is the thing that would make this still possible. The fact that his contract ends in June of 2025, this coming June, which means if they don't sell him, we'll get him for free. So Nabi rates this player highly. He saw him while he was coaching Yanga, and now he wants him at Chiefs. We have seen the Chiefs wants to sign a left back, but they failed to prize Osuna Police, not a Police, Upasatin from Stellenbosch. So now they've been shopping around looking for players to sign, and they've not been getting them. Now they've gone to Tanzania. They've gone to Simba in Tanzania, and they've tried to get this player. But with few hours remaining, we do not know how this one is going to end, especially given Simba's ambitions. They are trying to win the title as well. So letting go of one of their best players, they might think, you know what, let's keep him until June and try to win the title. And then after that, we can maybe try and negotiate a new contract with him. And if we don't get him to renew the contract, in any case, we still would have won the league, and if he goes for free, he would have still given us something. So there's also that balance. It's not like Chiefs has the upper hand, but they can say, look, we'll give you 10 million now, you go to another small team in Tanzania that you can scout from and get another player. But it's highly unlikely. And the other person who's highly unlikely to come to Chiefs, well, anything can happen, is Ulwandile Mabuya, because Naye, he didn't play this weekend, and the SABC Sport had reported that he actually was indeed contacted by Kaizer Chiefs, or Kaizer Chiefs did inquire about him. We just didn't hear whether or not that conversation continued to a point whereby there were negotiations or about how much the player would cost and all of that stuff. But anything could still happen. Last but not least is a player from within. And I'm surprised that in the Bagahlongwane it's there, but now we're talking about Tutati, who's the number 10, who's currently playing for our development team, and is only 20 years old. And I know people will say, oh, more kids, but I'm like, yeah, the kids that we have, Abum do 4 goals, 4 assists, Tutuba 4 goals, 1 assist, Ushaba Umfundo 2 goals, I think 1 assist. So Zongchel Gutingana a problem. Kids are not the problem at Kaizer Chiefs. Kids are the ones who are outshining the older players. So I don't want to hear people here saying that there's too many kids at Chiefs. They are the ones who are making things happen. So maybe we should start questioning the older players and stop blaming everything on inexperience. So if they want to promote Tutati because they think he's ready, then they should do it. But what do you guys think? Do you think Chiefs could still squeeze in someone? And who do you think is now the priority for the June transfer window? Do let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelumoy.